Big old tree fell over. These are the stones before the moss. Yeah, I bet you there's a lot of cool little caves up in those stacks. Oh, I see a switchback trail going all the way to the bottom of this. Yikes. Well, I suppose that's probably the way that we're going to go. So, banana slug. I'll check back with you guys after a little while. It was really easy going downhill, but we are dropping a lot of altitude really quick. See these switchbacks? But this could have been an older foot trail too. Look how old the stones are that are holding it up. So sometimes people didn't even have Dan. It's okay. Dan cut that out of the path for us, obviously. Carried us all the way out here. Wow. Wow, there's no water in it, even though you can hear water. So the water must be going deep down under all the boulders. But look at these faces. That would be an epic waterfall. See how steep the terrain is that we're in. And yeah, we could get rained out heavy here, which would be a bummer. We're a good, I don't know, mile or so in here. We're on some pretty steep little trail, but I like it, you know? I feel like this was, it's telling me that it's the original trail to get down this canyon. And it ain't a silly thing. So, holy moly, don't slip. We're gonna have to come back up all this. So, that'll be a whole bunch of grunting and groaning that you won't really see. God, this trail is going off everywhere. I hear big water down here though. This might be a waterfall trail. Which would make sense. Old falls trails, you know? Yikes! Melty mushrooms. Well, it's a human trail. It's been here a while. We have arrived at a crazy spring. You guys want to take a look at it? Look at these ferns coming out of it. It's not up above here. This is just coming out of the hillside. Look at the flow on it. And then that runs down to where it looks like there's a pipe broken now. But I think that's mostly diverting it. I see inside here there's little water tanks and stuff. It's obviously upkept. We're probably on film, but there's like electrical poles and everything. But it looks like it's not under heavy use. Woo, don't walk on that board. Dang. Some scary stuff going on. I wish we could look in there. It's padlocked. But I bet you that is beautiful. That's a spring that just pours out of there. That is killer. Probably got some soda to it too when they come out of this tufa rock. See right there? The pipe busted apart on them right at the coupler. That's kind of lame. Now I can see the tank inside the thing is overflowing. Look at these little mushrooms, look how red they are. Pretty wild. There's another one. Probably not even touch those. They look a little, no. Oh, but they're growing right out of the stem. You see that? Look. Neat details. Kind of more of a gopher hole or a root passageway spring probably, but that's what they are. Right on. Because we're getting down to the bottom of the actual canyon. So we're being surrounded in all the water shooting out of the mountain at the bottom. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. So how you saw it up above and it was just going into the rocks, now it's coming out down here. So we're getting to the more compacted bottom. That's a good thing. It's turning into redwood trees and flatter area. God, there's just springs harvested everywhere out here. Really like in a ledge, in a canyon, and where all these springs are coming out of the mountains, and it's magical. It's like being in the Amazon. It really is. You know, they get these in these canyons, and oh, it's just beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh, look. Okay. Well, that's a worked piece. Don't worry, I'm not removing any Native American artifacts, but God, nummies. Look at that. We're getting here just in between rain spells, and yeah, we're a long ways out here. Sorry I sound so spacey. Everything's beautiful and it's just popping. Okay, we're on another older road. It just forked and forked. But what I'm doing is I'm keeping the same creek to our left, even though there's so many options. So if I freak out, just remind me, stop, calm down, think about it, remember everything you can. And dude, try and remember that you kept the creek with you the whole time, so just follow it. And then poof, out in the big open area and the change and all the trees. Look at this, we're by a recent milling area. We're all cut, squared, maybe not too recent. There's moss on the square cuts, but not a long time ago. Probably, I guess, to put this bridge in. Maybe they were just having fun, who knows. But we'll start looking for little flat sites where you put a house, because we're down in that type of zone. And we have blackberries. Oh, strange blackberry patch in the only open spot. What's under you? Cool things it says. Like a well. Yeah. Suspicious of you. Haha, I'm checking above you. Okay, we're good. It happens. Shoulder hip. Just looking around here, burning up some precious time. Nope. Okay, let's go back down to the trail. Well, let us go look at this. I don't see any flat spots or any sort of grist or anything. This is literally Could have been propped in here, but cement. Okay, don't do that same routine here. Wow. So you could slide a metal panel down there. And this would fill all up with water and be a reservoir. And I do not see any waterworks pipes anywhere. Not quite sure how it all connects, but I think we're going to climb right up there into that big open area. And then we might actually have to turn around on this path because it keeps going and keeps going. And eventually we got to return. So let's look up here and see what we see. I think that's a trap. Yeah. Be a long winter with a broken leg. You want to run it behind the dam and see if anything got tossed in for good luck? Then we shall. You can see the old lap lines there. So this place was full of water at one point. See the little tunnel, but not slide down it. See if there's any gold nuggets stuck in the chute. That's where stuff would be, but we're not going down there right now. Holy moly. Pretty sure those signals are the metal door things I'm picking up. Let me turn down my sensitivity a little bit, a lot, so that my signal is really localized to the area around my coil. I'm go ahead and crank it back up now. Well, there's a darn chirp there. Let's go see if we can locate it. Oh, yeah, well there's something there. Let the water clear out a little bit. You see anything? Open up the channel downstream so it flows off quicker. Right there, whatever it is. A little exciting. Hey, it's a coin. It's a modern coin, but it was still tossed into the water. You know what? That's a penny. We'll set that there for now, but we might leave that for the water wish fairy. So how cool is that? Come on. What we were thinking might be in the bottom of a pond. Let's look for heavier gold coins. We're at that point in the journey that I hate, where we're far enough out here to where whatever we find is going to be really cool, but we're so far out that's going to take the rest of our time in a hurry to get back. So I don't know what goes down the trail beyond here. I just climbed up here to the top, and there's 5 or 6 roads that go off in different directions that all have creeks running down them now. They're that old. We're going to climb down, cross the dam, get on our trail, and climb back out of this canyon. It keeps going downhill, and so do a bunch of roads. It's just one of those conditions where everybody kind of made their own path in the road and rode down it, but soon here it would get flat, and I'd love to see that. The switchback goes back that way. The canyon's dropping off below us again. And we're still way out here in the mountains, so I gotta try and remember our way back. Look at the slope of ferns. Isn't that crazy? So, as I find cool things on the way back, I'll check in with you. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be booking. Okay, turnaround point. I don't know. Maybe some other time we'll have to come back. And this is what California used to look like everywhere. Okay, we're gonna stop here beside this spring. Beside this spring, there's a sign that says Arrowhead Flats. And these are the very woods that in 1851, a year and a half after the gold rush began, within 40 miles of San Francisco itself, that there was an occurrence. A settler was killed. They claimed that it was by a Native American. We'll never know because they didn't have a trial or try and seek the individual. The resulting action was to call in Union Federal Blue Coat troops, and who were stationed over in San Francisco because of the growing population. And they came here and began a clearing out of the indigenous people, which lasted for the next 8 years. You can look up newspaper articles on it. One of the other townships around here, they only had 100 and something people in them, and they called in the troops. And at that point, it was the 1850s, and they were not doing trials and stuff for Native Americans yet. But I came to the site that I've never been, in this deep canyon on the side of the hills, and I moved a fern. I want to show you something. Now I noticed that there was lots of other working chips around, but you see that? So that is pretty rough, but pretty perfect at the same time. It's incredible. This is obviously where they were, the ground is covered in 1,000 little shards. So they sat around these springs in the deep woods. This looks like it was made almost in a hurry. Well, it's had a little bit of time to wear down from its original sharpness. I am not taking this. So what I'm going to do is bury this in one of these 1,000 ferns here. And I think that that is a good, it's a good thing to do with it. You know, I have quite the collection. So it will be here. It will be safe. I'll put it in a spot where the creek won't tumble it. And it can rest where it fell, where its maker sat. It doesn't look like it got very far. That is beautiful though. That is a lucky find. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off and hide it, and then we got a boogie. Don't hate me for the decision either way. Some people would have me never pick it up and show it to you. Okay, that's in a really awesome place for all kinds of reasons. So it's stashed. And I feel like they wanted me to show you that, so I think it'll be okay. Laying within vicinity, but it looks like a big old eagle feather. Oh. Yeah. So, they're right to name it that. And they were probably, when they got here, there's probably thousands of arrowheads laying around on the surface. And glad that there still are a couple. Just had big storms come through. So, not to bum you out, not to bring you down, just to show you a cool detail, and the spirits are with you. So, by passing information, we're healing the sacred hoop. We're remembering. This is what California looked like. It was beautiful, pristine and lush. Can you imagine? Bears and mountain lions and jaguars and lens dirt. Jaguars, I've heard there's jaguars all the way up to the Montana border. Like right here on the path, if you stop, you'll see little worked pieces of obsidian right here in the path. So oftentimes they would have fires and use the water to shatter the big boulders that come out of this tufa rock. This is volcanic ash. In it there's nodules of volcanic glass. They would build fires, shatter them, even use the water drops to drop on there and cause specific shatters. You know, just like a blacksmith, they were rocksmiths. Oh, look. Again, not to trigger anybody, I'm trying to teach here. So these little worked edges. See it? So, total work site. Look at these big old trees, you know what they're holding. We gotta go, we gotta get up this trail. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So for locals that know about it, it looks like you've been protecting it. No garbage down here, good job. And I'll show the sign, but we'll make sure there aren't too many locations. So this is the old little camp for sure. It's got a spring pouring out of the hillside that run around it in either direction. Literally splits. It goes like this and goes like this, and this is like a mound of obsidian chips and stuff right in the middle. The cathedral too, it's the wide spot in the canyon with skinny spots here. Get skinnier down. There's this natural just bowl. And yeah, but still harvesting in the springs. It's awesome. We gotta go. I've talked to a lot of the originals and old school people, and they have first-hand accounts of Native American roads that were already in place when they got here. Very sophisticated setups. All kinds of agriculture going on in townships basically, and they did have roads and trails out here. And this one, though it's even shifted in current days as the creek meanders and the trees fall down, some parts of this are screaming to be 150 years old, and it just happens to lead to a Native American site. I'm so convinced that this is a Native American trail because the way it's built, its flow. They probably followed an animal trail. It went down to where the springs were on the way down to the valley. This leads up to where there's now a beautiful town, but it would have been also a beautiful location then. And the rocks are just, they're just too old and perfect. And it's even older than 150 years ago, in my opinion, from what I see around here. I mean, it's eroded like a natural cave because this has been beaten down so much that it actually sank away from the rock from people traveling between here. And there's so many of these spots that I'm looking at, and this has just been here. I mean, there's the inside rock, there's the surface of that. You know, look at those massive things, and people have been passing between those, creating this little rut, and it just goes and goes and goes like that. And it's just, you can tell it's old. There's man-made roads over there. We're getting up to the top. That's where I'm breathing and thinking again. I love to climb all through there. Whew, not today. We're back on the flats. And I'm just chugging along. I don't want to make this too long. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming with me. And remember that if you like it, go ahead and give it a like. And share it. subscribe and leave your comments below. I hope you enjoyed some of the beautiful things that we saw and some of the cool things that we found. There's the road from, there's the road back. So until next time, hope to run into you out here somewhere.